Hey everyone, it is like 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night, which I guess means restriction list time for the One Piece card game. This came way out of left field. I had no idea that they're gonna just drop it in. Like normally they do stuff on like Fridays or whatever. This is a Wednesday. This is a school night, and they are dropping off restriction list into the One Piece card game, and it's just bonkers that we get this. So we're gonna go real quick. I already know the cards, and so no like live reaction to this, but we're gonna try our best. Quickly going through it, it says they try to ban cards July 28th, and stuff was still good. So they are going to ban these other cards to make sure starting November 10th we have unique stuff. So these and other cards may be removed from ban restriction lists in future based on developments in the metagame and the release of new cards. But the banned cards are Nami, of all things, the Edward Newgate leader, Curly Dedan itself, and the Marco from OP03. So both Marcos that are at 1, which is bonkers. This Nami's also getting reprinted and released in Starter Deck 10 in like a week from now, which is also wild to me that that's happening for you. So that's something. If Red still does well after this, like just delete the whole color, right? It's just too good for this card game. But this is wild. This is wild in a lot of ways that these are the cards that got hit. And I want to mention, I know that I'm the person who hates on Red a lot, and most of the reason I hate on Red is because I input so many ding dang deck lists for all three of these. If I was to have my way, if Eggman had his way, these are the things, right? I guess I can't reach my hand all the way through, but it was something to Big Bad Boy Newgate, which I guess ended up being banned, right? He got banned. Something to Zoro, which didn't happen, which is fine. And then we also had restrict to Curly Dedan and Linlin, right? So I got like 50% of what I want, like 50% of my wish list. I honestly think that without Red keeping in check, I think Charlotte Katakuri becomes a tier 1. They're tier 0 deck. That is my only fear. That is like my big fear for this next month, is that what deck can exist to answer the speed and like momentum that Charlotte Linlin gets for yellow now that Red's aggression's not around anymore. So that is my big fear. If that goes unchecked and that becomes better than all three of those combined, that is an issue. So that's my big thing. And that's also why when I made my previous video like a couple weeks ago, why I think Charlotte Linlin need to go to 1. Like if 9-drop Newgate is at 1, it's still at 1. By the way, they took literally nothing off. This card is just going to be terrible for a lot of decks when aggro is not really a thing. So that's my big concern. We'll see if that's true or not. I hope it's not. But we'll kind of see from there. But yeah, that is bonkers. That this one, the timing is weird. The cards they hit, half of them are kind of weird. Like Marco at 0, like Curly Dan, I was like okay at 1 of copy. Nami, I'd never would ever suggest this card get hit in the first place. Newgate the leader, sure. I am done with this guy. I know it falls off in OP05, and honestly, I expect all of these cards to come back in OP05 if I'm being super honest. But man, what an interesting list for this one. So it's going to be legal for November 10th, which is going to be the core TCG Pasadena. As far as I know, like literally this just dropped, but my guess is that's going to mean Pasadena is going to have this restriction list viable for it. That also means Star Deck 10 won't be out either, so we'll see what that looks like. But I do think so. We're gonna have like a 1 weekend format, and then we're gonna get Star Deck 10, and we're gonna have that format until the end of until OP05. So I don't know. A lot of this is just this just dropped. I'm very very interested to see. Honestly, what your guys' thoughts? I'm looking forward to be blamed for half of this, but man, I don't know. Like, I get it. Like again, if Trafalgar Law Zoro still managed to be like super duper tier 0, tier 1 after these changes, like again, you gotta throw them away, right? There's something wrong with those guys, but man, it's really really interesting. I would again Nami, I'm really still flabbergasted for. So yeah, we'll see. I'm going to be doing some testing on my live stream tomorrow. Wasn't going to include this, but now I guess it will. So that's something. Yeah, this. Really does anything just beat Katakuri now? Is Katakuri just like drops 10-drop Big Mom and wins the game? Like I really am fearful of that. That's my only fear. If Big Mom was at 1, I'd be like a little bit less stressed about what this format is. I think it'd be really really open, but just like that one card existing just makes me a little bit fearful. So other than that, I do think the 9-drop Newgate could have come back because I know that the new Luffy takes advantage of it too, but Other than that, I think that's fine. I think that's really it. I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys have your own thoughts. I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of comments. We're going to see what the blame train looks like. And yeah, that's going to really be it. I don't have much more to say. I'm shocked. I'm sure you guys are shocked. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a really, really interesting month. If the meta's wide open, I'd be down. We'll just see if that's true. We'll see if that's true or not. So anyways, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.